What's the secret sauce? Love your wife as Christ loved the church. Wives, husbands, PDF, quiz, Bible verses, unique facts, classes. Love your wife like Christ loved the church, a selfless, sacrificial, and unconditional love that puts her first. Love your wife as Christ loved the church. Marriage is one of the most significant relationships a person can have in their lifetime. It is a union that requires patience, commitment, sacrifice, and most importantly, love. However, when the topic of love arises, what does it mean to love your wife as Christ loved the church? In this article, we will discuss the biblical basis for this kind of love and the practical application of it in marriage. 7 ways. The biblical basis for loving your wife. The phrase love your wife as Christ loved the church comes from the Bible in Ephesians 5:25, which says, "Husbands, love your wives, just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her." The context of this verse is that marriage is a reflection of Christ's relationship with the church. This means that as Christ loves the church, husbands should love their wives. To understand Christ's love for the church, we must first understand that it is sacrificial love. Christ gave up his life for the church, which is the ultimate form of sacrifice. Therefore, husbands should be willing to make sacrifices for their wives, even if it means putting their needs above their own. Another aspect of Christ's love for the church is that it is unconditional. No matter what the church does, Christ's love remains the same. Similarly, husbands should love their wives unconditionally, regardless of their flaws or mistakes. Respect her. Respect is an essential ingredient in a relationship. The Bible exhorts husbands to love your wives, just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. Ephesians 5:25. A husband's respect for his wife should be evident in the way he talks to her and about her, as well as in his actions. Provide for her. A husband should provide for his wife's physical, emotional, and spiritual needs. He should be a protector and provider, making sure she is safe, secure, and taken care of. This is a fundamental responsibility of the husband and it is supported by the Bible. But if anyone does not provide for his own, and especially for those of his household, he has denied the faith and is worse than an unbeliever. 1 Timothy 5:8. Cherish her. A husband should cherish his wife, treating her with gentleness and kindness. He should be patient with her, appreciating her and honoring her. This is a reminder of the way the Lord cherishes us, and of the way he calls us to love one another. 1 Peter 3:7. Listen to her. A husband should be a good listener, and should be open to hearing his wife's thoughts and feelings. He should be willing to hear her out, even if he doesn't agree with her. This is a sign of respect, as well as a way of showing love. James 1:19. Encourage her. A husband should be an encourager and a source of strength for his wife. He should be supportive of her goals and dreams, and should help her to reach them. He should also be a source of comfort and strength when she is feeling discouraged. 1 Thessalonians 5:11. Spend time with her. A husband should make time for his wife, and should prioritize spending time with her. This could be anything from taking a walk together to simply sitting and talking. Time spent together helps to strengthen and deepen the relationship. Ephesians 5:31. Love her unconditionally. A husband should love his wife unconditionally, just as Christ loves us. He should be willing to forgive her faults, and to accept her as she is. This type of love is a reflection of the unconditional love we have received from Christ. 1 John 3:16. What does it mean to love your wife as Christ loved the church? The origins. This catchy phrase has its roots in the Bible, specifically in Ephesians 5:25-27, which states, "Husbands, love your wives, just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her to make her holy, cleansing her by the washing with water through the word, and to present her to himself as a radiant church, without stain or wrinkle or any other blemish, but holy and blameless." In other words, this passage encourages husbands to love their wives with the same sacrificial, selfless, and unconditional love that Christ showed for the church. Sounds pretty darn amazing, right? But what does that mean in practical terms? The key elements when it comes to loving your wife as Christ loved the church. There are a few key elements to keep in mind. Sacrificial love. Christ's love for the church was so intense that he was willing to lay down his life for her. In the same way, husbands should be willing to make sacrifices for the well-being of their wives. Unconditional love. Christ's love for the church is unwavering, no matter the circumstances. Husbands should strive to love their wives unconditionally, without expecting anything in return. Nurturing love. Christ's love for the church involves nurturing and helping her grow spiritually. Husbands should be committed to fostering their wives' personal growth and development. Practical tips for loving your wife as Christ loved the church. Now that we've got the basics down, let's look at some practical ways to implement this type of love in your marriage. 1. Communicate openly and honestly. An open line of communication is crucial in any relationship. Make it a point to discuss your feelings, dreams, and fears with your wife regularly. And don't forget to listen. 2. Genuine communication is a two-way street. 2. Prioritize quality time together with the hustle and bustle of daily life. It's easy for couples to drift apart. Carve out time in your busy schedules to spend quality time with your wife, whether that's a weekly date night or a simple evening walk. 3. Support her dreams and goals. Be your wife's biggest cheerleader when it comes to her passions and aspirations. Encourage her to pursue her dreams and offer your support in any way you can. 4. Be patient and forgiving. Nobody's perfect, not even your wife. Practice patience and forgiveness when she makes mistakes, just as Christ forgives us for our shortcomings. 5. Serve her in love. Find ways to serve your wife and make her life easier, whether that's helping with household chores, taking care of the kids, or simply offering a listening ear. The practical application of Christ-like love in marriage. 15 practical ways a husband can love his wife. Open communication. Encourage open and honest communication with your wife. Share your thoughts, feelings, and concerns with each other regularly to foster a strong emotional connection. Listen actively, pay attention when your wife is speaking to you, and offer empathy and understanding. This will make her feel valued and cared for. Show appreciation. Regularly express your gratitude for the little and big things she does for you and your family. A simple thank you or a heartfelt note can go a long way. Surprise her. Plan small surprises or gestures to show your love, such as leaving her a sweet note, bringing her breakfast in bed, or planning a special date night. Support her dreams and goals. Be her biggest cheerleader and encourage her to pursue her passions and dreams. Help with household chores. Share the responsibilities at home, and do your part to maintain a clean and organized living space. This will help create a comfortable and stress-free environment for both of you. Give her space. Understand that your wife may need time to herself to recharge and relax. Encourage her to take time for self-care and respect her personal boundaries. Be affectionate. Regularly express your love through physical touch, such as hugs, kisses, and cuddling. This will help reinforce your emotional connection. Remember important dates. Keep track of special dates, such as anniversaries and birthdays, and celebrate them together. Grow together. Make an effort to grow and learn together, whether that means taking up a new hobby, attending workshops, or reading books. Be a supportive partner. Offer your support during difficult times, and be there to celebrate her successes. Always let her know that you have her back. Be a good listener. Validate her feelings and emotions by being an attentive and empathetic listener. Show respect. Treat your wife with respect and dignity, both in private and in public. This will create a strong foundation of trust and mutual respect in your relationship. Be patient and understanding. Recognize that everyone has their own quirks and habits. Be patient and understanding, and work together to overcome any challenges. Prioritize your relationship. Continuously work on strengthening your relationship by spending quality time together and discussing any issues that may arise. By implementing these practical ways to show love to your wife, you can foster a strong, healthy, and loving relationship. Now that we understand the biblical basis for loving your wife as Christ loved the church, let's discuss the practical application of this kind of love in marriage. Communication. Communication is key in any relationship, but it is especially important in marriage. Father, grandfather, minister, missionary, deacon, elder, author, welcome to our family. View all posts.